Welcome to the Cenario Podcast, your guide to mental health and well-being. Each episode, we uncover practical tools, discuss expert insights, and explore how supplements can transform your mental health journey. Get ready to learn, grow, and thrive with us.
All right, ready to dive deep today. We're tackling chronic stress, and I've got to say, this article, Effects of Chronic Stress, the Impact on Your Body and Mind, it's pretty eye-opening. It goes way beyond just feeling overwhelmed, like we're going to really uncover how this stress thing is messing with us, like physically and mentally.
Yeah, so many people just think, oh, I'm stressed, and just brush it off. But it's not that simple.
Right, like stress is just part of life.
Exactly. But it's like this sneaky saboteur, quietly wreaking havoc over time.
So not just a temporary thing then, more like long-term damage.
Think of it like a houseplant. You forget to water it once, it'll be fine. But what if you neglect it for weeks? The roots weaken, the growth is stunted, and eventually it can't recover.
Okay, that's a good analogy. I get it. And this article, it even lists some pretty specific physical symptoms, not just the, tension or feeling tired.
Right. You might think, oh, my stomach's been acting up, or, ugh, another headache, but it could be your body screaming, hey, I'm stressed.
Like a puzzle, almost, putting those pieces together. Now, something I found interesting, the article breaks down chronic stress into 4 types. So it's not just one big bad thing, right?
I'm so glad they did that. It's important to recognize that not all stress is the same. Knowing what type is affecting you most can be a game changer when you're trying to, manage it.
Okay, break it down for us. What are these different flavors of stress?
All right, so first up, we've got emotional stress. That's the stuff that, really drains you emotionally. Relationship problems, self-esteem issues, even past trauma. You're just constantly on edge, feeling exhausted.
So that's like the internal stuff. Then we've got environmental stress. That one sounds pretty self-explanatory.
It is, but people underestimate it. A chaotic environment, feeling unsafe, constant noise, all those things chip away at you.
Right, I feel that. Then there's physical stress, like the stuff we actually DO to our bodies.
Yeah, exactly. Chronic pain, not sleeping enough, even pushing yourself too hard with exercise. It's not just mental. Your physical state plays a huge role.
Makes sense. And then, of course, the big one for a lot of people, workplace stress.
Oh, yeah. Deadlines, demanding bosses, never-ending to-do lists, a classic culprit.
And I imagine these can all overlap, right? Like create a perfect storm of stress.
Absolutely. You could have a demanding job, a stressful relationship, and you're not sleeping enough. It's about recognizing all the factors to, figure out how to tackle them.
Okay, so tackling them. The article goes deeper into how this chronic stress is actually affecting our bodies, like physiologically. And the cardiovascular system, that one seems especially scary, what's going on inside us.
Well, think of it this way. When you're stressed, your body's in fight or flight mode, right? So your system's pumping out adrenaline and cortisol. Those are meant for short bursts to deal with threats, but when they're high all the time.
Like having your foot on the gas pedal constantly.
Exactly. Your heart's working overtime, your blood vessels are constricted, your blood pressure stays elevated. That strain on your system increases the risk of, everything. Hypertension, heart attacks, even strokes.
Wow. Okay, it's crazy how these things we can't even see, like stress, can have such a physical effect. And speaking of physical effects, the immune system, the article mentions that too. What's the connection there?
This might sound strange, but short-term stress can actually boost your immune system. It's like a quick mobilization of your defenses.
Like a vaccine. Gives your immune system a little workout.
Exactly. But the problem is, chronic stress does the opposite. It keeps your body flooded with cortisol, and that suppresses your immune response over time.
So basically, more stressed, more likely to get sick.
Pretty much. Colds, infections, even chronic diseases. Your defenses are just worn down, can't fight back as well.
Wow, okay. This is all pretty eye-opening, and we're just scratching the surface. We've got a lot more to unpack about how chronic stress impacts our minds and what we can actually do about it. We'll get into all that in part 2, so stay tuned.
It's wild how connected our bodies and minds are, right? We were talking about how chronic stress hits us physically, but it really messes with our mental game too.
Yeah, we've all felt that brain fog, the irritability, but this article goes deeper. Like, it talks about chronic stress being linked to actual mental health conditions.
Right, it's not just feeling a little down. We're talking anxiety disorders, depression, even PTSD. Chronic stress can be a big risk factor.
Wow. Okay, so how does that happen? Like, what's the mechanism there? How does stress contribute to those conditions?
Well, it's complicated, but basically, chronic stress throws off the balance of those chemicals in your brain. The ones that regulate mood, like serotonin and
It's
dopamine.
messing with your brain chemistry, basically.
Exactly. And it
Yeah.
goes beyond mood, too. Chronic stress can even mess with how well your brain functions. Remember how we talked about cortisol flooding your system? Well, too much of it can actually damage the hippocampus. That's the part of your brain that's like essential for memory and learning.
Wait, hold on. Stress can actually damage your brain.
It's kind of scary. But yeah, chronic stress can have a real impact on your brain's structure and function. So yeah, finding healthy ways to manage stress, that's not just about feeling good, it's about protecting your brain in the long run.
Okay, I am officially convinced that ignoring stress is not an option. Thankfully, this article doesn't just leave us hanging with all this doom and gloom. It actually gives us some pretty practical strategies to like regain control.
Yeah, and what I like is that it focuses on a holistic approach. It's not about finding this magic cure-all pill, but it's about changing your lifestyle, being more mindful, even getting professional help if you need it. It's a multifaceted problem, so it needs a multifaceted solution.
Okay, so let's unpack that toolbox then. What are some of those like foundational lifestyle changes that can make a real difference?
Well, the classics are classics for a reason. Regular exercise is huge. It lowers cortisol and releases endorphins, which are your body's natural mood boosters.
Like hitting the reset button on your stress response. Okay, what about diet? I know when I'm stressed, I crave all the sugary stuff, but I'm guessing that's not the best approach.
Yeah, you gotta fuel your body right, especially when you're stressed. A balanced diet with fruits, veggies, whole grains, it gives your body what it needs to handle the stress better.
So it's all about building resilience. Okay, I like that.
Exactly. And then there's sleep, which is like the first thing to go when you're stressed, but it's so important for recovery, both mentally and physically.
Oh, tell me about it. I'm way more on edge, way more easily stressed when I haven't slept enough.
Right, because when you sleep, your body's repairing itself, hormones are rebalancing, your brain processes everything. You skip sleep, it's like you're running on fumes, you're going to break down eventually.
So exercise, diet, sleep, those are the big three. But the article also mentions some other interesting stuff like mindfulness, relaxation practices, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. Those are great for calming your nervous system, in the moment, but also for building long-term resilience. The article talks about meditation, deep breathing exercises. Those have actually been shown to lower cortisol levels, help you feel calmer.
Meditation always seemed, I don't know, kind of intimidating to me.
Yeah.
Like something only, yoga gurus can do.
It's really not that complicated. It's not about emptying your mind completely. It's more about just noticing your thoughts and feelings without judging them. And you don't have to spend hours doing it. Even 5 minutes of focused breathing can help.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
What about other mindfulness things? I've heard yoga, tai chi can be good.
Yeah, definitely. They combine physical movement with mindful awareness. Yoga, especially with all the stretching, deep breathing, relaxation techniques, that's great for calming your nervous system.
A mind-body approach then. Love it. But what about when all this stuff, lifestyle changes, mindfulness, what if that's not enough? What about like seeking professional help?
Oh, that's important. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Therapy, especially cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, it can be really helpful for managing stress.
I've heard of CBT, but I don't really know how it works. How does it help with stress?
So CBT focuses on identifying and changing negative thought patterns, the kind that contribute to stress. It teaches you how to deal with difficult situations and manage your emotions in a healthier way.
So you're basically rewiring your brain to respond to stress differently.
Yeah, something like that. And therapy can also be a good place to talk about any underlying emotional issues that might be feeding the stress.
Right. I think it's important to say, like, asking for help, it's not a weakness. It takes courage to admit you need support.
Couldn't agree more. And speaking of support, the article also mentions Cenario supplements. They're specifically designed for stress management, and they use natural ingredients.
Oh, yeah. They were talking about adaptogenic herbs, but I wasn't sure what those were.
Adaptogens are basically herbs that help your body adapt to stress. They kind of modulate your stress response, help you stay balanced.
So they're not about just masking the symptoms, but helping your body deal with it.
Exactly. And Cenario uses things like ashwagandha, which has been shown to reduce anxiety and improve sleep.
Oh, and I see they also have phosphatidylserine. That sounds very scientific.
It is, but it's a natural compound found in the brain. Studies suggest it helps regulate cortisol and supports cognitive function.
Interesting. And magnesium is in there too. I know that's good for sleep, but is it connected to stress as well?
Oh, totally. Magnesium helps muscles relax, and it's crucial for your nervous system, so it can calm those racing thoughts, ease that tension you feel.
So like a multi-pronged approach to like calming your body and mind. I see they've also got B vitamins in there. I usually think of those for energy, but I guess they're tied to stress too.
Yeah, you're right. B vitamins are important for energy, but they're also important for mood regulation, for cognitive function. When you're stressed all the time, you burn through them faster, so a supplement can help.
It sounds like they really put together a comprehensive formula to support how your body deals with stress. But I'm guessing these supplements work best when you combine them with those lifestyle changes, the mindfulness stuff we were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about creating this synergistic approach, tackling stress from all angles. It's not about choosing one thing. It's about finding what works for you and building it into your routine.
I love that. Well, this has been incredibly insightful. We've gone from the sneaky ways chronic stress messes with us to all the different tools we have to manage it. It's a lot to take in.
It's amazing how much we're learning about this connection between stress and, how we feel overall.
For sure. And we'll be back in part 3 to wrap things up with some final thoughts, some key takeaways for our listeners. Stay tuned. So we've really gone deep on this chronic stress thing, huh? Learned about how it sneaks up on us, messes with our bodies and our minds, but thankfully we also got some pretty solid strategies to, fight back.
Yeah, it's amazing how much we're still learning about this silent saboteur, really. But the good news is we don't have to just sit there and take it. We have options.
Right. I'm not saying we can eliminate stress completely. That's just not realistic. But we can learn to roll with the punches better, be more resilient,
Exactly. It's about shifting that mindset, going from feeling totally overwhelmed to okay, I got this. I can handle this.
Love that.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thing you really want listeners to walk away with today?
I think it's this. The more you know about how stress works, the better equipped you are to actually deal with it. Knowledge is power, right? Be proactive, not reactive.
I love that. Taking charge of your health. And remember, even small changes can make a difference.
Yeah, you don't have to go crazy and change everything overnight. Start small. Maybe it's 10 minutes of walking each day, or trying one of those meditation apps, or even just setting some boundaries at work. Baby steps.
All great ideas. And if you're feeling lost, or it's all too much, remember, there's no shame in asking for help. A therapist can give you that personalized guidance, help you create a plan that works for you.
Absolutely. There are resources out there, and reaching out for support, that's a sign of strength, not weakness.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I think we've covered a ton of ground today, and I really hope our listeners are feeling, more informed, more empowered to manage their stress.
Me too. It's been great chatting with you about all this.
And we always love hearing from our listeners. So tell us, what resonated with you today? What small step are you going to take to start managing stress better? Let us know. And until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.
Thanks for tuning in to the Cenario Podcast. Don't forget to visit Cenario.com for more expert tips, articles, and supplements designed to support your mental health. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and share it with a friend. Until next time, take care of yourself.